Welcome to the Living the Dream podcast with Curveball. If you believe, you can achieve. Welcome to the Living the Dream with Curveball podcast, a show where I interview guests that teach, motivate, and inspire. Today, I am graced with the presence of award-winning multi-genre author, entrepreneur, songwriter, poet, and the founder of the Ability Music Network, Bianca Blaque Diamond Johnson. Bianca started writing early. We're going to let her tell you about her story and her songs and everything that she's up to, and also that Ability Music Network. So, Bianca, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're so welcome, and thank you for having me.
Why don't you start off by telling everybody a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so as you so gracefully stated, yes, I am all of those things that you listed. I have been writing since I was 11 years old, and I was urged to start writing by my fifth grade teacher who saw as she said, a natural talent in me that I didn't really realize that I had. I knew I liked writing and reading. Those were like my favorite pastimes because I had a very, very hard childhood, and those were my avenues of escape to kind of, go into a different world to kind of get out of my own current, living situation. And so, yeah, writing became like therapy to get me through those days. And then, due to her encouraging me to pursue writing as a career, um, I kept at it. And then I actually went blind when I was 15 due to the child abuse that I was dealing with. And so I thought that my days of writing were over. Like because I didn't know how someone who couldn't see would be able to write like music or write books or stories or anything. So I kind of went into a depression and um couldn't really, and then I didn't have family support at all with dealing with the vision loss. And so I was left to deal with my new reality on my own because, for 15 years of my life, I could see, and then one day I can't. And so once I was about 17, I kind of started learning Braille and learning how to use a computer and things like that. And so I realized that, you know what? I still can write. Like I still can, fulfill my childhood dream of being a published author. So in 2017 is when I actually published, or as I say, got my title of author. I contributed some poems to an anthology that was put together by another author to help showcase aspiring poets. And so I contributed 4 poems, and 3 of my poems were chosen to appear in the book. And so that's how I got my start publishing. And then from then on, I've self-published 13 books to date. And I would say probably about 7 different genres. Um, and so, yeah, that's kind of how I got my start.
So if you'd like, kind of let the listeners know what it was like growing up, because I know you said you had a difficult childhood.
And so with my childhood, it was full of a lot of child abuse. And like I said, that's how I ended up going blind, is from the child abuse and the neglect that me and my siblings went through from the hands of my mother. Because she was a single mother, and she was a single mother of 5 children with no fathers in the picture. And so she took that frustration and that anger out on us, the children who didn't ask to be here. And as a result, that is how I became blind.
Okay, well, I know you've done 13 books on your own and you've co-authored four.
Hmm.
So just kind of take us through and kind of tell us about your books and where we can get them and what we can expect when we read them.
Okay. So because I'm a poet, so I do have two poetry books. My latest one, I won first place in a poetry contest earlier this year in February. And it's called Lyrics of Love. And it is basically a book, a poetry book, um, with poems all centering around love in different facets. So it deals with relationship love, like the ups and downs of relationships. It also, teaches and talks about self-love, a spiritual love, like God's love, and then also the love of a mother. Because I am a mother and like I don't know what I would do without my children, like my biological child and also my bonus children. And so even though I never saw or had a good experience growing up of what it meant to be a mother and what it meant to love your children and do the different things, like I've always embodied that and I've always displayed that to my children, so they will never experience what I did growing up, not knowing, and growing up into this world and not knowing where love or what love is, because love starts at home, and if you don't experience that at home, you're going to grow up out here searching for something you've never had. And so this book basically is my story, um, just in poetic forms and verses of my ups and downs in relationships out here searching for love because I never knew what love was. And then also me learning how to love myself because that was something I didn't know either how to do. And then it also captures my spirituality with God's love. And so that's basically the gist of what Lyrics of Love is about. I also have nonfiction books that I've co-authored. They are like essays and different things like that with different things I've experienced in life. So I've co-authored four books with other authors. So we've come together to do anthologies about, just being and letting the things that we've been through in life inspire us and inspire others. So we tell our stories and share the different things that we went through. I also write fiction. And so I write in the romance genre. I write in contemporary fiction. And so I have short stories, a book of short stories. I also have like my first novel. I have a couple of novellas. So those are all like fictional stories that I've written, and I also write in the genre of children's literature. Because I'm a mom, and my love of writing started when I was a child. Because to read, and so I have four children's picture books that I've published as well that I've won um, first no, I'm sorry, second place for my first children's book, Poetry for Tots. And then I won third place for my latest children's book, I Can Be. And all of my books are available through all major online book retailers like Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Noble, wherever you get your books. You'll be able to search for my books there. Some books are available as an audiobook, which I'm working on getting all my books into audiobooks. So right now there's only two, but all of them are available in print, ebooks, and then some are also available as an audiobook.
So how did you get the name Black Diamond?
Ooh, a question I get all the time. So I'm going to tell you what people thought when they first heard of my name. The first thing they would ask is, Are you a stripper or ever been a stripper? And no, neither one, never been. So Black Diamond is actually an acronym of words that I feel describe me. So because of everything I've been through in life, that it made me who I am as a person. And so I feel like a black diamond embodies all that I am and all that I continue to strive to be. Um, so B is beautiful, lighthearted, ambitious, quizzical, unique, extraordinary. And that's black. And then a diamond, we all know what a diamond is. Um, so D is for determined, intelligent, ambitious, mountains and hills, observant, not broken, diamond.
Okay, everybody, it's Michael E. Cullen II.
And I'm Sesame and Carta from the All Too Real 2 podcast. We're passionate about movies, TV, and pretty much all things pop culture.
Dive into the chaos of failed sitcoms, direct-to-video sequels, and the quirky realms of cinema and TV.
Join us every Thursday for your dose of All Too Real 2 entertainment.
We'll guide you through debates like whether Howard the Duck qualifies as a superhero.
Ponder if Larry the Cable Guy could be the new Rock or Schwarzenegger.
Discover if some shows and movies should have stayed in the cutting room.
Ever heard of a sitcom featuring that dictator with the funny mustache? Well, we watched it.
We're dedicated to unraveling the peculiarities of pop culture, sometimes with awesome guests.
So, if you're into the eccentric world of pop culture,
listen and subscribe to All Too Real 2.
Available wherever you find podcasts
and on Age of Radio.
There you go. Love it. I knew it was something different when it wasn't Black, it was Blaque.
Yes, sir.
So tell us about your group, the Ability Music Network. Tell us why you decided to start it and what it's all about and how people can get on it.
Okay. So I've always, as one of my things, I've always been a songwriter as well. Poetry and songwriting kind of go hand in hand. So I've been writing music since I was a child as well. Off and on over the years, I hadn't kind of, focused on it as much as I did with writing the books. But I don't know, lately it's just been this drive for me to really get my music out there. Because that's what I'm a songwriter, so I want to write music for other people. So I've always tried to figure out how can I get my music out there without me being the one singing it or me being the one performing it, because singing, rapping, that's not my thing. Not my talent, unfortunately. And so, so it came on the scene. And so I was like, this is cool. And so I started playing around with like different apps and different things. And then I found out about the different music that are AI generated. And so basically I started uploading my lyrics that I've been writing since I was young and creating, music from it. And so that's what inspired me. I'm like, okay, now I can actually put music and vocals to my songs. And so I started doing that, and I started my YouTube channel. I created me what I call my AI artist who does the vocals. And, I let people know, no, it's not me. No, it's not a real person. It is an AI. She sounds wonderful, but she's not a real person. And I named her Soulful Sai. And so that's how I publish my music to the different platforms and also on my YouTube channel. So just during my course of searching for, different groups or anything dealing with music for specifically for people who are blind and visually impaired, I know a lot of people who sing, a lot of people who rap, a lot of people who, are DJs and they're, audio engineers and things like that. And I'm like, there has to be some kind of group where we all can come together and perhaps, work together, collaborate, share our, get feedback, share our work, different things like that. And I just never found one. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to create it myself. And so that's where Ability Music Network came from. Um, because, yeah, there are so many blind and visually impaired people that are in the music industry, but we don't really know each other. We really don't, like, there's just so much out here that we're learning. A lot of people are learning on their own. So I said, I can create a group that could be not only for just sharing your work, but also learning about different software, learning about different, techniques or different things out there that can help those of us who do music find new ways to do music, or find people that, oh, I like that song. How about let's work together and make a song, so that's where the idea for Ability Music Network came to be. And so right now it is a very small group. So I'm still working on getting members and advertising the group and things like that, because, my ultimate goal is to start doing talent shows and showcases. And, I want to do Flowetry Friday and different, events and stuff that will help get, your work recognized, and, just help to better cement and, help people network and get to know different people to help get their work out there. But right now I'm focused on trying to grow the group and getting, members and people to engage and take part.
So for those who want to take part, how would they do that?
So you can search for Ability Music Network on Facebook. I do advise people when they do join the group to please answer the questions, or your request will be denied, because we're trying to avoid spammers and scammers and things like that. So the best way to help with that is to have a human person to answer the questions, so that we know you're actually a real person.
Okay, so you're an entrepreneur. Do you have any other businesses or business ventures that people need to know about?
So yes, I actually, outside of the music and the writing and all of that, I'm also in the development stages of my own natural skincare line. And I've been doing that kind of off and on for the past couple of years, just due to life and not being able to focus, solely on my entrepreneurial goals, because I am also a full-time student. I am also a full-time employee, and I'm also a mother of three. So I wear quite a few hats. So it does get kind of hectic, and some things that I want to do kind of fall by the wayside. So I try to pick them back up. But yes, I do make my own natural skincare products, because I'm a very natural person, and so I don't like the different store-based products and stuff that you can buy and stuff like that that are not good for your skin. So I started creating my own. And one reason why I started that is because my son has eczema. And so I wanted to find something that would help with his eczema. And so I started mixing up and making my own body butters. And then it kind of went from body butters to, massage oils. And then it went from massage, I just kind of slowly started adding more products. And so so I'm still in the development stages of it. But yes, I do. And it's called Blaque Diamond Naturals is my product line.
There you go. Any other upcoming projects that you're working on that listeners need to be aware of besides that?
Um, Not at the moment. Those are kind of like my focus. Really, the music is definitely my focus because I'm actually working on writing songs for my third EP. Um, I'm hoping to release actually beginning of this month. I'm sorry, not the beginning, the end of this month. I forgot it's a new month now. Um, but yes, I'm still working on writing. I think I have about three more songs to write for my upcoming EP entitled Prisoner of Love. And I did release a single called Prisoner of Love. And that will also be on the EP. But yeah, the entire album is also called Prisoner of Love. And it's an R&B. So as far as the genre goes for the album. So that's so what I'm working on right now is writing the music, writing the songs, and then getting the music to go along with it so that I can add the vocals to it.
So tell us about those apps. You were talking about the AI apps to where you can upload lyrics. For listeners who want to do that, give us some
Okay.
tips. Or tell us,
So
what apps.
the main app that I use is called Suno AI, and that's spelled Suno AI. And basically, you can have the app generate lyrics for you, but I actually, write my own lyrics. So, and I also purchase my music from producers. Um, so the app can also, generate music for you as well, but I prefer to just buy my. So basically, what I do is I upload a clip of my instrumental that I've purchased. Then I upload my lyrics and then it puts it all together and adds the vocals. So it does take some, quite a few tries. So I go through a lot of credits trying to get it just right how I want it. But it is a very fun app, and when it's done, like it's done. Like, and I've had such amazing feedback from people, listening to my music. They're like, the vocals are good. Like I get that, but it's the words. So like you can use this to bring your words to life. Like you would never know that it's actually an AI. But a lot of people they relate more to the words because I've always been told I have a way with words. So I use that. There's also another one called Udio, and that's spelled Udio, so studio without the ST. So it's called Udio AI. I actually use a lot of AI for a lot of my different things. As far I use AI also for videos. I make videos to promote my EP, and I also use their AI generated videos. And so with that, I use an app called InVideo, and so that's spelled InVideo. And I use that also to make my promotional videos for the music and just, other stuff that I'm working on.
And are these apps on the PC or mobile apps?
They are mobile apps and they are accessible with voiceover. Um, you can also use Suno on the PC as well. Udio, I'm not sure of. Because I don't really use that one. Suno was my primary one that I use. But there are quite a few apps out there. Like there's so many music making apps out there. It's crazy. And I love that, I can finally, release my music to the world and let people enjoy. It's good when you enjoy your own stuff, but when other people enjoy it, like it means so much more. And so I love that people are actually loving what I'm putting out there.
Absolutely. Well, throw out your contact info so people can keep up with everything that you're up to.
So I'm listed as Writer Blaque Diamond on all social media. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm at Writer Blaque Diamond, and that is BLAQUE Diamond. TikTok, I'm also Writer Blaque Diamond. I also have my Facebook page where I share my motivational quotes that I create. That's also Writer Blaque Diamond as well. So everywhere I'm known as Writer Blaque Diamond, you can find me.
All right, Writer Black Diamond, close us out with some final thoughts. Maybe if there was something I forgot to talk about that you would like to touch on, or any final thoughts you have for the listeners.
I would say my final thoughts is because I'm also a motivational speaker, so I always like to leave people with a motivational quote or a motivational just something to let people know that, despite whatever limitations or adversities that you may be going through, like life is not over. Like I thought life was over for me. I was always told by others that life was over for me, that I was never going to amount to anything, that, I would always have to, have someone take care of me and things like that. And as you can see just from listening, that is the furthest thing from the truth. Like I've always been able to break down any barriers that anybody has ever tried to put on me. And, don't let anything hold you back. If it's something that you want to do, if there's a dream, there's a goal, if there's anything you want to do, the only way it's not going to happen is if you don't do it. If you don't put in the effort, if you don't put in the work, if you don't even attempt to do it. You can't sit around waiting for other people to do things for you. You have to do things yourself. And so for anybody that, may be going through something right now, or may not have confidence, or may not have that motivation, and you feel like you just need like that push, definitely check out my Facebook. And, there's so many different quotes, and I write these quotes myself from my heart. So these aren't quotes that, anybody famous has written or anything. These are all written by me. And I just about every other day or every 2 days. And I have a large following on my page. I think I'm almost up to followers. But people love, what I have to say. And so if you feel like you need that extra push, or that, definitely check out Writer Black Diamond on Facebook, and, engage, and, share and like, and, definitely send me a message. I love to help people. That's always, been who I am. I volunteer my time. I teach, different skills to people that, are new to losing their sight. So right now, I have somebody that I'm working with where I'm teaching them Braille. I'm teaching them how to use their computer with JAWS, and I'm also teaching them how to use their phone. And, I do this because this is what I love to do. I wish I had someone to do these things for me when I went blind. I had to learn everything on my own. Cook. I had to learn how to do laundry. Like I didn't have the opportunity to go to a rehab center or to do any of these things because I had to work to survive and take care of myself. So I had to teach myself how to do all of these things by trial and error.
Okay, so you cut out. How many followers do you have?
On the Facebook,
Yeah,
specifically for my motivational,
yeah.
last time I checked, I think it was like 2,900.
Man, look at you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all check out that Ability Music Network. Check out Writer Black Diamond. Check out her books, everything that she's up to. She's really doing great. Show us some love and support. Jump on your favorite podcast app. Follow us. Leave us a review. If you have any guests or suggestion topics, Curtis Jackson 1978 at att.net is the place to send them. Thank you for listening and supporting the show. And Black Diamond, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
For more information on the Living the Dream podcast, visit www.djcurveball.com. Until next time, stay focused on living the dream.